welcome to Birdsnest Designs. My name is Denise, and I am so excited to be here tonight to share with you an amazing, funful design that you can create over and over. All you need is some supplies from your stash and a little imagination, and you can make this card. You'll want to make this card dozens of times. And I say this from experience because I made one last night and then I'm like, I just want to keep making them. So say hello when you get here. Let me know where you're watching from. I love to interact with you and know who I'm stamping with. So hello, Kathy, welcome. Just let everybody jump on. Hopefully I am live in the right place. It's always a gamble. But I am so excited to be here tonight to share these cards with you. Hello, Carol from Connecticut. Nice to see you here. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, it says Jennifer, it says your name on my end. So yeah, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. Oh, okay. So tonight is going to be fun. We're going to make, like I said, 3 cards. They're quite simple. Hi, Tina. But they're so much fun. Last night I had my Birdsnest Stampers team meeting. We get together once a month on Zoom for about an hour. We have some creative fun. We share, we chit chat, we connect. It's really a great time. But anyway, one of the things we do is mystery stamping, and so this was the card I used for mystery stamping, and it was so much fun. Okay, hi Mary Jean, congratulations on your new grandson. That's amazing. Okay, so tonight's video is about inspiring you through creativity, showing you how to interchange your stash, whether it's current or retired product. No pressure, no fuss, just creative fun. We're going to hang out for here for probably about an hour. Pop in as you want, leave if you have to. The replay will be there for you. So again, hello to everybody and thank you for being here. If you're catching the replay, leave me a comment and let me know you're here too. I love to interact with you guys as we go. So I will keep an eye on the comments coming through and I'll interact with you as I can. So keep them coming. Let's chit chat and get some crafting. Okay, let me turn the camera down and I'm going to show you guys what we're going to use tonight. It's quite an array, as you can see. So as I mentioned, we're using old retired product and new current product. So you can see from here, these are the 3 starts for our cards. We're going to be using this one here, which is, oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even remember what it's called. Already I've forgotten. Okay, so this is the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper, but we're actually going to use the B side because I love this pattern here. And then we're going to be using the Aurora paper over here. So both of these are current. And then over here, do you guys recognize this one? This one is an oldie, oh, a goodie for sure. This is the, what is this paper called? Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper. Do you guys remember this one? It's so beautiful, so I brought it back. Hello, Sandy. Oh, it's so nice to be back doing lives. I have missed you guys too. It's Hi, Carla. Okay, so as I mentioned, so this is Hues of Happiness. We're going to pair it with some Melon Mambo. We've got this one paired with some Secret Sea and Blackberry Bliss over here. What we're going to do is we're kind of make these cards simultaneously until it gets to the decorating and all that. Then we'll do them individually, of course. So we're going to use that. Now for stamps, okay, let's start somewhere else. So for this card, you're going to need a regular size card base, so 8.5 by 5.5, and you're going to want it scored at 4 1/4, which I forgot to do on this one, but that's okay, we'll wing it. You're going to need a piece of white paper or vanilla, whatever coordinates best. That's going to measure 5 1/4 by 6 inches, okay, and you want it scored at 4. So 5 1/4 by 6, scored at 4. Okay, so you're going to need that. You're going to need a piece of designer paper that's 4 by 5 1/4. A little piece of DSP for the inside that coordinates. It's about 3/4 by 4. Where'd it go? Right here. And then, of course, whatever you want to use to decorate. So I've got those pieces cut for all 3 of these patterns. Are you guys vibing towards a certain one right now that you think is going to be your favorite? Leave me a comment and let me know. So you're gonna, on top of the supplies for paper, you're gonna of course want your bling and your adhesive and all that, but then you're gonna need some dies. So last night I suggested circles. So I've grabbed 3 different sets of dies that we could potentially use and interchange here. I've got the Spotlight on Nature, the Stylish Shapes, which is always my go-to, and Nested Essentials. So we're gonna combine these up in throughout the cards. Hello, Sonia, so nice to see you, friend. And then for stamp sets, I've gone all over the place with these ones, you guys. I've got quite a mix for you. So for the Hues of Happiness, we're going to stick with what the sweet was, and we're going to use Happiness Abounds with this one. Sorry for that pesky little glare. Over here, we're going to use Festive Friends, which is a new adorable stamp set you can get in the mini catalog. And then we're going to pull out one of my super cute favorites, the Stellar Birthday, for over here with the Aurora, because I thought it was a perfect match for the space theme on the Aurora paper. So that's what we're going to create with tonight. Are you guys excited? I'm so excited. Let me know which one you think you're going to love, and we'll get to crafting. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to just put these kind of in piles over here so I don't get them mixed up. So you're going to take your 8.5 by 5.5 paper that's scored at 4 1/4. This one's not scored, so we're just going to fold it. And then we're going to use the bone folder. Okay, so we're going to fold all of these card bases. Remember, we're going to make these simultaneously to get the bones of them made. And then when it comes to the decorating, we'll do one at a time. All right, I'm not seeing any comments about which one you guys are gravitating towards so far. Maybe you're just so excited for all of them. Okay, so there's our card bases all ready to go. The next thing we want to do is we're going to take those white pieces that are 5 1/4 by 6, and we're going to fold them so that the small 2-inch flap is on the right and coming in towards the front. Okay, and then you're going to want to give a crisp fold on that one. Oh, Jennifer's thinking the Aurora one. So is Tina. Maybe I'll have you guys fall in love with all 3. You never know. All right, so then we're going to flip this one in. Okay. So here we have those 3 all folded as well. Then what we want to do is we're going to take our designer series paper. Remember, this is 4 by 5 1/4. Oh my goodness, you guys, like how beautiful is that? Living up here in northeastern Saskatchewan, we get to see the northern lights a lot. And sometimes they are just like, well, they're always unbelievable, but sometimes they are like mind-stopping. They're just like unbelievable. So I love this. Mary Jean thinks she's going to love the Hues of Happiness. I'm so excited to share these with you guys. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this designer paper to the front of the card. But the key here is we don't want to get adhesive in the center. We only want adhesive on the outer edges. Now you can go all the way around the edge if that's what you like to do, or you can just put, you know, bits in the corner. However you want to do it, just make sure there's no adhesive in the center. Okay, I'm seeing some mixtures. Carla says she loves the floral paper, but the Aurora one too. Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen here, you guys. You might change your minds, or you might just love the one you chose first. Okay, so we're centering that as best we can on this paper. Let me just get that twisted. Okay, let's try that again because that didn't go so well. We're going to attach that to the center. Okay, remember, adhesive only on the outer edges, okay? So we'll set that one aside. We'll bring in the Secret C. It ties in with the lines in this plaid pattern, and we're going to attach this one. Again, we only want to put adhesive on the outer edge, and we're going to pretend that we don't like these poinsettias right now and that we're not sad that we're putting adhesive on them, right? Right. Kathy's still thinking which one's going to be her favorite. If you're watching the replay, leave me a comment. I always do come back and see them. So let me know which one you are gravitating towards. All right, so there's that one. And now lastly, we're going to put this beautiful paper. Oh, where'd it go here? This beautiful floral paper. Make sure the card opens correctly. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to put this one on here. Oh, Carol likes the plaid. Okay, it looks like we got some choices for all of them. So we'll see what one comes together. Okay, so now we have the cards. These are kind of the bones of the card established now. So what we're going to do is we are going to now pick a shape for each of these card fronts. So that's why we need the dies. All right. You don't want to go too big, but you don't want to go too small either. It kind of depends on what you're going with. So I think for these ones tonight, well, let's start with the happiness, hues of happiness one over here. So we're going to use some floral. So why don't we put a square on this one? I think a square or maybe one of those. I'm thinking a square. Let's do a square for this one. Okay. So we're going to take a square for there. For the Aurora, I want to use this one with the gradient circles, like the gradient lines around it. So we're going to use that one for there. And then let's do a circle for our little plaid one here. But we're going to use the stitch circles. And now that I see this, you guys, I want to change it up. We're going to actually pull from the Nested Essentials. I'm going to try this square look here for this guy. We're going to need a bigger one. So let's see how big we can get away with on this one. All right. So these are the shapes we're going to use. Okay. No, this is not what I wanted to do, is it? Is this what I wanted to do? Okay, we're going to go with that. Let's just see which one we like better. I'm always partial to circles, but let's see how this goes. Okay, so we're going to pull in. We're going to take these shapes and we're going to stack them over here for a minute. I got to bring in my machine, my boss here for you guys. Now, don't mind the fact that it's going to shake the table or whatnot, but what we want to do, actually, you don't really need to see me wind it through. You can just see me line it up. So we'll start over here on the Aurora. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this die and we're going to place it where we want it. We're going to make sure the card is opened. Okay. And we're going to take our boards, or lay it down, or open the card. You don't want to cut through both layers, but you do want to cut through the DSP and the card front on this one. Okay. So we'll take that and then we will cut that out. Okay, once it's wound through, you're going to pop it out and you're going to end up with two pieces. This is why it was critical that you don't adhese the middle of the paper, because we're going to end up with two circles. We're going to need to use this one, and then this one can be saved for a future project, or maybe you can think of something fun to do on this card. So there is our circle for that one. Okay. Then we'll come over here to this guy. And you know what? I don't know if I'm loving this. You know what I think we're going to do? We're going to switch this up because we can. I'm not loving the square. So let's go ahead and cut this one out for the happiness, okay? Are you guys following me? Were you really partial to the shapes I had picked? Because I've just changed my mind. Okay. We're going to put that one there. And then we're going to put this down. All right, so we'll wind that one through my stamp cut and emboss machine, or AKA the boss, as I like to refer to it. It's less of a mouthful. So now this one we're going to pull out, and again, we're going to have our two pieces. Okay, so we've got Melon Mambo with our designer paper, so we can set that one aside. And lastly, we're going to come back to this plaid one, but I've decided against the square, and I'm going to just go to my stylish shaped circles. Okay, so we're going to end up with two circles, but that's okay. Now this one we can stick there. You want it kind of like centered this way. Where you put it horizontally or sorry, vertically is up to you. Okay, so we're going to take that one. Let's run this one through. Do you guys have an idea where this card is going? Can you come up with something? Okay, I know Tina does because Tina's on my team. So we made this card last night, as I mentioned. All right, so now we have the 2 pieces. So set those aside. Okay, so now what you're gonna do, Carol's excited to see, I'm so glad. So now we have these 3 cards with these little peekaboo windows cut out of them. And we've got our card bases here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our bases, okay, and we're going to adhere them into each of the cards. Now this time you can put the adhesive in the middle. There's no rule against that for the inside. So we'll start with the Aurora one and we will attach that in. The center, you want the flap on the right hand side, okay? All right, so there's one. And we'll do the Melon Mambo with the Hues of Happiness. That one can come up here. I'm telling you guys, once you see this all come together, you're gonna wanna make them over and over again because I know I do. It is such a simple design, but it's so beautiful. And I'll show you the card that inspired me to do this as well. It was part of a swap I did. And a fellow demonstrator named Ellie Blake made the card. Okay, so I'm glad you love it so far, Sonia. Okay, so here we have our shapes. Okay, they're all cut out. We've got this little flap on the inside. What we want to do now is we're going to come in and we're going to grab the shapes we cut out in the cardstock. And we're going to close our card, flap on the inside, okay? Close it. Now on here, you're going to want to put some adhesive, but only on that flap part, okay? Then you're going to take your cutout and you're going to fit it in there just like you're doing a jigsaw puzzle, just like that, okay? And then we'll come in with this one. We're going to grab the coordinating die that we cut out of there. Okay. Add that adhesive just to the cutout part, or to the 2-inch flat part. And stick that in there. And then on this one, we're going to grab our Melon Mambo. And we're going to adhere in this one, just on this square shape. Okay, so remember, use your imagination, create from your stash. I know you guys have so many products in your room that you bought because you love them. So let's use them, right? Use them and come up with all kinds of combinations. All right, so now we have these done like that. Okay, so how this works is when you open the card now, look at it, opens and then it opens. So that is like a little peekaboo window where that circle just fits in. Now let me show you the one that Ellie made that inspired me to do this card. So here is her card right here. Isn't that fun and pretty? And then it opens up like this and like that. So here's where we're going with these cards. What do you guys think? Isn't that beautiful? And then last night I made a card with my team, and this is the card I made in our mystery stamping. I love the Nests of Winter designer paper, and I think it worked beautifully for this card as well. So here we go. Now let's create these 3 with those in mind on how this is all going to come together. I hope you guys are excited to see them come to life. Okay. Now, let's start over here. Let's start with the plaid one. So we are going to use, remember, we're using the Festive Friends. I'm going to make a Christmas card with this one. So in here, we're going to cut out another circle. And we're going to stick with our stylish shapes. And that one, you can see it nests right in there beautifully. So I've got some white paper already cut out, or not cut out, but some scrap papers over here. Okay. Oh, I hope you can case it too, Sandy. You go right ahead. It's going to be so much fun. And I'll have all the measurements on my blog post that will go out this weekend. So if you've missed them, you can always come back, but it's so super easy. Okay, so we're going to cut out the circle. There we go. And then on the same piece of white, there's enough room. I've got dies and things everywhere. I love it. It means I'm being creative. So now I need my Memento ink pad, which I did pull out. Here we go. Okay, so we've got our Memento. And then we're going to stamp this cute, adorable little elf, because I just think he is so cute. We'll stamp him on here. Now, if cutesy Christmas isn't your thing, no worries. Like I said, you can imagine this with so many different things that you have from your collection. So there's our sweet little elf. Now I'm just going to grab some blends and we'll give him a quick, actually, you know what? Let's stick with what I do. We're going to cut him out first because I don't want to color it all and then cut it out and have it slip. And then I got to redo it all over again. So we'll cut it out first. Here's our coordinating die. I'm going to grab a little bit of Post-it tape. If you guys don't have any of this, you can use washi tape or whatever you have. Maybe you have a magnetic platform for your Big Shot or your stamp cut and emboss machine. Just keep that die in place and we'll cut it out and then we're going to give it a color. Can you believe we are already making Christmas cards? Like, I don't know what happened to this year, especially the last part of the year. Like, it's just flying by. It's so crazy how time flies. Okay, so here's our little elf. Isn't he darling? So I've just grabbed, I don't even know, I didn't even look. This is SU 700, okay? So it's just one of the ones that's in the neutral tones or the skin tones in the catalog. It's not with the other blends. It's kind of on its own part in the catalog. But again, you can use whatever. You can use, there's ivory. Ivory would be really fun here too. Whatever color you want. We're just going to color him in. And then let's pull in from here. So to me, this looks like Old Olive or Granny Apple Green because Granny Apple Green is more fun. That's the color I'm going to go with because it's bright and cheerful. So let's use some Granny Apple Green. And we'll color his, is this the dark? This is the dark one. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of outline. Right. So last week, if you guys were here and tuned in, whether you were live with me or caught the replay, I made 3 cards last week too. We did some fun folds. It was super fun for my first video back in a very long time. 4 months, I think I was away. And it was so much fun. And lots of you left me comments. It was so nice to read them all. So thank you if you were able to watch. If you missed it, go on back and watch it. It's a really fun, what did I call it? A twisted easel fun fold card or something. Oh, this is really running out. I'm going to have to replace that one. We'll use the bullet end. I don't use the bullet end very often, but the other end is very dried out, so we'll use that end. I'll color him in. Okay, so, oh my gosh, how adorable is he so far? So that's Granny Apple Green, and then we're gonna pull in some real red. Normally I would double check which red was in the paper, but you know what? It just doesn't really matter. It's going to look really cute regardless with this red and green. Remember, we are crafting without stress, without pressure. We're just crafting to have fun. So if the reds aren't the same, it's okay. But again, if you are one who really likes to coordinate everything perfectly, then just read the label on your DSP. It'll tell you what colors exactly are in them. And then you can make sure they're all coordinated. All right, so while we're coloring and getting this card assembled, I would love to read your comments live or replayed on what you think of me using retired product along with my videos. I'm just curious what you guys think of that. I am very passionate about inspiring you to use what's in your craft room. It's, you know, crafting and stamping shouldn't be about being able to buy all the latest and greatest, because we already have lots of stuff that we love in our craft rooms. So let's use it. Let's have fun and play with the stuff we've already invested with. Oh, I'm glad you find it relaxing, Sonia. That's awesome. I find it very relaxing to color, so that's cool. Okay, so we're using some pecan pie. We're going to color his hair. Okay. All right, so there he is. Now we do need to add a little bit of color to his boots. And let's make those gray. So I think we'll grab some, which one is this I grabbed? Smoky Slate. So we're going to use some Smoky Slate for his little boots here. And maybe we'll even color his mittens gray as well. Okay, and we're going to leave the pom-pom on his hat intentionally white because I like it white. We could have used some Secret C in him too to color and blend in with the card base, but I think he's adorable and I just want to leave him in these. Okay, so here we have it. Now we're going to take this circle, and you know me, I love my bumpets, so we're going to use that. Oh, I'm looking at you guys are loving the retired product. I love that. Okay, so let's add some bumpets here. Now I use the edges. I use all the bits and pieces. So we're going to put that there in the center. Okay. Now my one tip for you is when you're making these types of cards, do not go beyond what you've cut out, because if you have this overlapping here, it won't open, right? Because it's going to be attached here. It won't open. Keep all your design centered in between what you've cut out on your paper. So our little elf, he covers most of our circle, but that's okay. And you guys, you guessed it, I'm going to use more dimensionals, more bumpets on the back of him, because I want him to like really stick out on here. Okay, how cute is he so far? Now I did cut a piece, like I mentioned, 3/4 inch by 4. That is going to go on the inside of our card. Okay, so this is going to go here along the bottom. So it coordinates beautifully with the front of our card, gives a little bit of interest on the inside. The other thing we can do is we can close this here and stamp. But I did, hold on, before I go too far, I wanted a nice, before we get too crazy on the inside, I wanted a nice Merry Christmas for the front. I didn't really love the sentiments that were in here for this card. They're very small and they didn't really fit what I wanted. So I went to my ephemera pack, the Greetings for All Mix and Match. These are fun when you just want something quick. And we're going to put our Merry Christmas on the bottom down here. Okay, we're going to add some bumpets to it so it stands out nicely. Probably going to need 3 on here. We'll close that up, and then we're going to stick this on the bottom. Just like, like that. Okay, so Merry Christmas. There's our inside. There is a trick you can do with stamping, but we could do it with this guy. So for these ones, let's grab, you know what? We're going to leave it. We're just going to leave this one as is. We're maybe going to stamp. I'll show you on the next one what I'm thinking about for that little peekaboo circle. So I'm grabbed my Secret C ink. We're going to take this little snowflake that's also part of the Festive Friends. And we're just going to stamp it down here on the inside of our card. And if you want to, you can stamp it up here too. I just don't want it to show through that peekaboo window right now. So there we have card number 1. Now we'll come back and we'll add some bling at the end to all of them. But what do you guys think so far of this little cutie? It's a great way to show off some of your favorite designer paper designs as well. So there's card number 1. Next, let's do our Aurora, because some of you were very excited to see this Aurora one come together. So this paper is so spectacular. Let's see if we can do it some justice by incorporating it in and making it super cutesy. Using where did I put my stamp? Stellar birthday guys. Aren't they cute? Love them. So for this one, what I thought was we will take our Memento ink. Okay, and then we're going to grab the little stars that were in that stamp set, just tiny little stars, and we're just going to stamp some of the stars in and among the Northern Lights patterns here. Okay, just gently so I don't rock it, end up with extra lines. I'm just going to stamp some of these guys. Okay, so we've got our little stars stamped on there. Now for the center, okay, remember this is all closed up. Actually, I just saw that paper. Where'd it go before I lose it? Let's attach our strip, our 3/4 inch strip, into the inside of the card before I lose it in the mess I have on my desk here. So we'll cut that there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do for this guy is we're going to cut another circle to go inside of there. And again, remember we used these Spotlight on Nature dies, and I used this one here with the gradient lines. But now we're going to do another gradient line one in there with this circle. And I just want to have a little bit of white in the background. You're probably going to, when we come in and stamp, you're not really even going to see a whole bunch of it, but I think it just adds a little bit to have that layer in behind. So we're going to cut that out of here, but while we do that, we might as well stamp. Actually, no, there's no dies with these guys. We gotta go to some good old-fashioned fussy cutting. So we'll cut this one out, and then we'll come in and we'll stamp a little guy, color him, and cut him out. All right, so here's our circle. Now imagine all the different shapes that you could use. Valentine's Day will be creating for those soon. You could use a nice heart in the shapes. You could do an oval at Easter and do an Easter egg. Oh my gosh, the possibilities for these are just endless. I love it. All right, now here's our white. We'll use our Memento again. I'm going to stamp this little guy. Now in the stamp set, there is a little girl astronaut too. So you could use whatever you want. I just thought this one was really cute. So there we go. Because we're also going to make the flower card, which is a pretty girly. So let's make a little masculine one too in our mix tonight. So now that we've got him done, we can color, and I've still got my markers here. So let's use this same SU 700 marker because it's right there. Color this in. And then we're going to pick some colors for his space suit here. So we'll use the same pecan pie here. Okay. And maybe he's going to have brown boots as well. Well, we've got our marker out. He's going to have brown space boots. Then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in some nice blue. Maybe, actually, let's make his belt. No, let's not. Let's make some fun colors on his suit. Okay, so we're going to color in his boots. Oops, wrong end, Denise. Oh my goodness, this one's drying out too. I think I need to go through and replenish my blends. Okay, so there's our boots. Now let's pull in for his helmet. I want to use some balmy blue. This one is turning out so cute, Kathy. I'm glad you like it. So we're going to use balmy blue for his space hat here. So this is the dark one. Oh, we can't forget the bottom part here of his hat, or hat, his helmet. It's not a hat. And then we'll color this one in. So I know you may not have this stamp in your stash, but you can probably imagine other stamps that you could pair with other papers that you have already too, which would be great just to mix and match. This one, I don't remember how old this one is, Jennifer, but it's been around for a while, but I couldn't part with it. I was selling a number of my retired stamps when they retired, but now you know what? I've changed my mission, and my mission is to let's create with what we have. And so I'm keeping more and more, but this one was one of my favorites, so I kept it for sure. It's adorable. All right, so how about if we do his belt in gray too? That kind of makes sense to me that his belt would be silver as well. You know, you could use, I was just thinking now of stamps that you guys might have more recently, and you could use the dinos. Oh my gosh, how adorable would those dinosaurs be? So cute. So then I think we'll pull in some yellow and some Blackberry Bliss. So of course we're going to put his little star. His star is going to be yellow. Which color did I grab? Daffodil Delight. Okay, and then we'll color the bars on his belt the same. Oh my gosh, he is adorable. I hope you guys are enjoying this. All right, so then we're going to color some Blackberry Bliss along here. The end on this, this is a color that I don't use that often, so you can kind of tell the end is kind of wonky. I probably should switch to the bullet ender. I'm going to end up with this everywhere. Maybe not. Okay, woof, we did it. Now we'll fill it in with the lighter one. He is all kinds of colorful, this little dude up in space. Okay, there. Oof. And all that's left is his tongue, which we're gonna grab. Let's grab this one, which is, what did we grab here? Light Pretty in Pink. And then we'll just give him a little bit of cutesy cheeks too, because why not? He's adorable. And for the bottom of his boots, we'll use gray. Tie it all in together. So he is going to match pretty nicely with the front of that card. Okay, so let's give this a quick fussy cut. I don't know why there was never, I don't believe there was dies. I don't think so, no. There was no dies with this guy. When I have my stamps on my shelf, I usually have the stamp set, and then in behind it I have the die set. And there was no die set in behind these guys, so I'm pretty sure it did not have one. I do remember though, if you go back way back in my blog, you would see a card where I used the spinny, what was it called? You know, and you could spin it. Oh gosh. Anyway, I used that with these guys, and you could spin it and you would see the little astronaut, and then you would see the rocket ship and the little puppy with the space hat on. It was a really cute card. In fact, I do believe it might have been Blackberry Bliss as well. Okay. So cut this out. These cards, once they're, you know, this fussy cutting takes a little bit of time, but other than that, they come together really cute. Really simple, fast. Good old fussy cutting is right, Sonia. Okay, almost done, almost done. I feel like I haven't fussy cut, especially on video, for quite some time. Okay. It's kind of like when somebody's watching you type, you know? Anyway, there we go. He's all cut out. So now we'll come back to our card and we're gonna do more bumpets. Oh, there we go. Put them on the right side. Oh, it's so cute. I just love the mixture, like with the Aurora paper, these radiating lines. It kind of makes you like you're going into, you know, coming out of space. Then we're going to add this cutie right in the center, like that. Oh my gosh. Okay. More bumpets, right? Why not? We did it on the little elf. We might as well do it on him too. Oh my gosh, how adorable is this? Okay, so now I did cut out some little white strips somewhere. Somewhere they were here, there they are. Okay, so I cut out 2 because the sentiment I want to stamp on these are a cling stamp. And so you guys know how that goes, right? Sometimes you don't always get it lined up the first time. So I've cut out 2 just in case. So we're gonna put "You're out of this world." So that is gonna be on the front. Let's see if we can get this lined up the first time. Oh, looks beautiful. Okay, so there's our sentiment for the front. So we can go ahead and attach that with some more bumpets. You guys look at my craft space. It is getting more and more invaded by supplies. I'm gonna have to do a quick tidy before we finish the 3rd card. Okay. And the 3rd one, there won't be any coloring. Okay, so we got this, "You're out of this world." We'll put that in below our guy. So cute. And then we have this opening. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to show you what I was talking about on the front. We're going to close this little, what I'm going to call the peekaboo. And then we're going to grab our ink and our sentiment for the inside, and we're going to stamp it in here. So for this one, it says "You're out of this world." And then for the inside sentiment, I'm going to use "There's no one like you in the whole universe." Isn't that cute? The stamp set's adorable. Okay, and then while we're here, why don't we add a few little stars? Like that. Oh my gosh, you guys, what do you think so far? Isn't that a fun little tip? So when you close the card, when you first open it, you don't see any of those words, right? And then you open it and they're there. And if you closed it, you'd see it like that. Like, it's so fun. I just am loving, loving, loving this fold. Okay, the other thing I want to do is I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be really brave, and I'm going to type. I'm going to stamp "Celebrating you is a blast" right down here along there, because I think this would be a super awesome birthday card for a little guy. Oh, it worked. Love it when it works. Okay. There we go. There is card number 2. We'll add some bling in just a bit once I can find it on this desk of mine. So there you have it. There's card number 2. So we've got 1 and 2. Aren't they cute? They're very similar. If you look at it, we've just changed the supplies out, but they are very similar, these 2 cards, right? Okay, so let's do a quick 10-second tidy of my desk. Actually, I'm just going to move it from one desk to the other. Who am I kidding? I'm not going to actually tidy anything right now. Okay, now we're going to bring in the Melon Mambo. You guys know me. If you follow me, I love pink. Melon Mambo is one near the top of my list. So here we have it with the Nested Essentials. We'll pull those back over here. Oh, I better close this black ink, or you guys know what's going to happen, right? It's going to get everywhere. Okay, That is not a nested essential. Here we are. So we have used this fun little rounded rectangle. And if we find the one that nests right inside of it, just like that, we're gonna quickly cut that out with white. Now I could have had those done ahead of time, but what fun would that be? Then we wouldn't have got to decide what shapes we were using at the beginning. So we're gonna roll that through. So there's that shape. Okay, so there we have that. I did cut out a strip of white for our sentiment. We have this beautiful stamp set over here that coordinates with this paper. The back of that paper is covered. Oh, there's our little inside piece. The back of this paper has beautiful flowers on it. There's more of that same piece. Okay, so many beautiful flowers. Oh, hello. Thank you. Lurker here. I love it. Welcome to our channel, and we're so glad to have you here. Okay, so what we're going to do on this card, we're going to cut out some of these beautiful flowers and arrange them on our card here. So I'm going to, of course, pull in some pink because we've got the melon mambo. So let's cut this one here. Remember, you guys, if you are enjoying today's video and you like coming and hanging out with me, please subscribe to my channel, push that little thumbs up or heart, share with your friends. All of that helps YouTube to spread the word and get more people to be aware of our Birdsnest Designs channel and have them come and stamp with us. So it all helps, and I truly appreciate it when you do that. Okay, so let's cut out this flower. Now you know what, this probably does have a die. It's probably right there beside me, but that's okay. We're already this far. Thanks, Sonia. Okay, let's go this way. I just love these flowers. And truth be told, I'm not much of a paper hoarder. Like I do love to like use my designer paper, but I remember when this one was current, I used a whole sheet of these flowers, and then I was like, okay, now I got to save the next sheet because I don't want these beautiful flowers to be gone. But then, you know what? Now it's time to use them because they're perfect. I think they're going to be perfect on this card. Okay. All right, so there's flower number 1. So that's going to go on there. And then let's add in maybe, I don't have to stick to this one. I don't know why I'm sticking just to that one. I can grab my other bigger piece. We have lots of paper. I don't need to hoard it. I think this one will look really cute on there, this dark blue one. Okay. Are you guys feeling inspired to try this card fold? Maybe you got some ideas racing through your head of things you can use in your collection to make them. I would love for you to share your inspiration and your creativity with us all. It's so much fun to see what others create. Okay, now do we want a third? I don't know if we want a third flower. Let's see what's going to happen here. So that for this one, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to adhere this one flat down. Okay, so we're going to adhere this shape flat onto our Nested Essentials rectangle. What else is in this stamp? So if we have the flower here, maybe going to have the little blue flower there. Is that enough, or do we need a third one, you guys? What do you think? Let me know. Let me put the tape there so it holds it down flat. Do you think we need a third flower up here, or do you think 2 is enough and leave some white space? You guys let me know. I'll put these off to the side. In the meantime, I'm going to stamp happy birthday on this strip of white because I think this is going to be a stunning birthday card. And I think I'll just use the black that I already have here. So there's our happy birthday. And we're going to trim that up because we don't need it to be as long as it is. So I'll just trim that with my snips. And oh, Sonia likes 2. Anybody else got an opinion if we want 2 or 3 flowers? A third one, 2. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to put a third one or not. So the other little sneaky trick we can do, okay, I like to do these little sneaky tricks with my paper. So we can take this one that's partially cut off on the end, right? And we can just cut it around. So we're going to leave those flat edges. Let's see what we can do with this one. So I do like, I'm with you guys who said 2. I like the white space. That's why I like the 2. But maybe something like this would give us that, you know, the element of 3, which is always kind of desired. Rounds it out, exactly, Christy. So if we did 3, let's just envision this a little bit. So we have this one here. We have this cute little one for a pop of different color, this little blue one. Now, what if we took this one? See how that's partial? But we could tuck it in here and nobody would even realize that it wasn't like a full flower. So there's that. And then we still have that element of white. The other option we could do is we could tuck that one right in the corner like that and make one. Oh, look how that's kind of sharp, you guys. Look at that. It kind of rounds that one corner or squares off that one corner. I don't know. And then we could put that one. Remember, we can't have anything going beyond. And then we could have this little blue one here. I don't know. Sneaky, sneaky. What do you guys think? What do you like? And then the happy birthday. You guys tell me in the comments. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Do we still want to stick with 2? Maybe we can use that little one. I don't know. I do kind of like the 2. I think the 2 is a nice, even space of white. I think the balance visually, the 2, I like the 2. We're going to go with 2. So what I'm going to do, we're going to keep this little guy because we're going to incorporate him in the inside. So bump it, bump it, bump it. Let's go ahead and put some on the back of our flower. I like 2 too, Sunny. We're going to go with that. Okay. So where's our green there? So we're gonna stagger the green leaves. I like the look of the leaves kind of flowing a little bit off of the white. This is just my design element. This is like how I design things. My theory always when I first started crafting was if I didn't like my scrapbook layout, because that's how I started paper crafting with scrapbooking, I would just say keep adding things till you like it. That was my theory. So we're gonna do the same thing here. We're just gonna keep adding things. There we go. So cute. Okay, our happy birthday can also go on bump its. We're going to use the bottom one here. Okay, we don't waste any of these valuable bump its. I can have rail through with bling. You're right, Sonia. Okay, so there's our sentiment. I'm going to go down here. Oh, it's so crooked. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know. Does that look any straighter? We'll see. Now when we open it up, we're going to add our 3/4 inch strip, just like we did on the other 2. Matching to the front. And then that clever little piece I cut from the edge of the designer paper, that little flower could tuck right there. And it looks like it was intentionally cut to go on the edge. So that is like one of my favorite little tricks because designer paper is my favorite. And when I can use all the bits and pieces, it just makes me happy. Okay, so doesn't that look amazing? It looks like it was meant to be, right? We're going to close this and we're going to stamp our sentiment on the inside through our little window. And I'm using the Wishing You All the Happiness You Can Imagine. Oh my gosh, you guys, what do you think of this one? So pretty. Okay, so now let's put all 3 cards. Let's do a quick little 3-second tidy, you know, push everything off to the side. We're going to bring the 3 cards in, then we're going to grab some bling, and we're going to finish these guys off. And in the meantime, while we're finishing them, I am dying to know which one of these 3 is your favorite and your overall thought on this fun fold. So there's the cards. Now I've just grabbed a handful of bling because I didn't know what we were going to want to use. This is almost perfect for there. So let's start with that one. All right. I did grab a take a pick tool. Okay, so on here, I like the navy, kind of pulls in, and it's so nice and sparkly. We could do like a little cluster right here, and that would kind of be our, and we could have just done 1 bling, but why would we just do 1? That's not enough. Okay, there's card number 3 finished, sparkles and all, love it. Okay, next we're going to come to our, and these bling are not going to match there, so let's see what we grabbed. These ones don't match. But these ones could match, couldn't they? We could put some of those little sparkles on. What else do I have here? Those, no, that's too busy. Ooh, little space gray. I'm finding something to go on that little elf guy. Ooh, some little green dots. I bet you there's red above there. Okay, let's see what we can do with these ones. Tina likes the flower or the spaceman. Yes, they're so cute. So cute. All of them are cute. Okay, let's take our little, these ones, what are these even called? Basic Gray and Smoky Slate Pearls. And we'll use some of those on our space guy. So we can put, I don't know where to put them on here. 1, 2, 3. Do we just want 3? Do we need more? Christy likes number 3 as her favorite, the nice and elegant. But isn't it amazing, you guys? Like, I'm always amazed at how you can take the same layout, switch out the elements, and you get 3 completely different looking cards. I mean, you can tell they're similar, of course, but the vibe and the feel for them are so different. And I just love that. So you just got to open your mind to creativity, create from your stash, and just have fun. What's the worst that's going to happen? That's what I always say. I don't like it. I have to start over. It's okay, right? we can just start over. All right. And for our little elf, I was going to see what was in this one. So these are the deer dots. We have green and we have red. I think the green ones will work. The red is not the right red. It's Poppy Parade. It's very different from the reds we've used. So we can use the garden green, even though that's not the green we used. One there. Put a little one on our white. And, oh, look at, we could put a little green. Oh, I so want to put that there. What do you think? Does that look cute? No, I like the red button better. But now I've got now I've gone and got this adhesive stuck there. I like the red button. I wish these were the right color. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. We'll just keep on going. Let's just keep on going. There and there. Good enough. We're going to stick with 4, you guys. I'm going to break the rules. We're going to do 4 bling. Rules. There's no rules. All right, there we have it. So there are the 3 cards finished and complete for tonight. What do you think of those? Aren't they sweet? Now let me pull in the other 2 that I had made previous. Oh, one, this is my sample. Remember, this is Ellie Blake. She made this beautiful card here that inspired me to make these cards. So there's that one. And then this is one I made with my team last night, which I also love, using the Nests of Winter. And that again is a Christmas card. So there's 5 samples, 5 inspirations for you guys using this beautiful design. Feel free to switch it up, use what you have. And really, I hope from the bottom of my heart that you try this. It is so fun and so easy. Okay, so let me come back to the camera here. Hello, hello. It was so fun to stamp with you guys tonight and make these 3 beautiful cards. And I don't know about you, but my mind really is going crazy with all the possibilities of things I could try and do with these cards. Change out the shapes. The heart for Valentine's Day is top of my list to try because I think that would be uber cute. And yeah, just lots of fun to be had with this card. I have no idea what it's called. There's probably a fancy name for it, but in true Denise style, I have no idea what it is. I just make cards to make cards and have fun. So thank you all for being here with me tonight and taking time out of your evening, whether you're here live, you're catching the replay. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I hope that I've inspired you to dig into your stash, pull out some of your favorites, mix up your current with some of your old stuff, and just have fun. Just have fun. That's what it's all about. I will be live again. I believe it's on. Oh, I'm going to have to pull my phone. Sorry, you guys. I got to just make sure on the date before I say it out loud. Get it wrong. So I will be live again on, what day is it today? Today is the 16th. On October 24th, Friday evening, 8 p.m. Saskatchewan time. So right now, if you guys aren't familiar, Saskatchewan does not change their clocks, okay? So we never change our clocks. So right now, we are the same as Mountain Time. When it switches in November, I'm going to be the same as Central Standard Time. So that's why I always say Saskatchewan time to keep it clear. I am so happy you found my channel too. Thank you for subscribing. So yeah, Friday at 8 p.m. Join me live if you're able to. If you're not, catch the replay. They're always available on my channel. And I'm so excited to stamp with you guys again. Okay. All right, everybody, have a wonderful Thursday night. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you carve out some time for some creativity. And have a wonderful week. We'll see you again on Friday. Cheers, everybody. Oh, where's my mouse? I lost my mouse in all my mess.